We will continue with our GitHub Copilot with Kubernetes. This will be part 2. My name is Sachin Chaube. So we have covered the basics in part 1. So we directly go to the demo. In this demo, we will be covering two cases for stateful application. So first case is database and second is Kafka, which we'll cover in this. So let's go to the work. So let's say Control I, create storage class with no provisioner and namespace. Sometimes it does not wants to listen. So it gives you a template and it's up to you how exactly you will take it from there. So it gave me the name. I was not happy with the provisioner, so I extended that. Now go to the step 2 is to create PV with Apache storage class. Sometimes it does not listen to, or it get confused. Except, so what we did is we created a persistent volume with the name EV volume and parameter. Sometimes it's provide wrong information and we need to have it corrected. So what it will provide you is, it will provide you the base on which you can work on it. Okay. So once we created the persistent volume, if you see the path here, it is NFS, because we do not specify what will be the type of storage which we'll be using out here. We will let it be the NFS. In your case, if it's going to be a local storage or host path or ABS, whatever, you can make the change out there as per your requirement. Okay. So what we understand with, or what I'm trying to tell you is that that GitHub Copilot will give you most of the code. What you have to do is, based on your requirement, the basic template will be there. With what you have to only focus is the core area of specialization, or you have to make it from generalized to specialized as per your requirement. I understand it does not understand the word persistent volume except. So what it does is, see, it created a storage class elite. It did not. Okay, so when you are taking volume class, okay, and you're taking from, okay. So as you know, it is smart because you can directly uh, take persistent volume claim directly from a storage class. You don't require a PV for it. So being a AI system, it is intelligent enough and it bypassed my persistent volume and directly provided persistent volume claim, which can be directly associated with. Okay. You don't have to provide this much of details, but in part of the demo, I'm just trying to be as detailed as I can. So if you see your namespace LEDB, it automatically took it. Okay, it took the Cassandra this. It mounted the database. It also take the persistent volume claim from you. Okay, so I hope you understand that. Now let's go back to the presentation. So we completed that. So we don't require persistent create volume out there. So now we will go to Kafka. So let's create the storage in Kafka as well. So whenever you are working in stateful, it's always advisable. It's based on Kubernetes thing. It's first storage, then you get into stateful. So it's easier whenever if you're whenever you're working on storage, better to complete the storage parts first before taking it up. So in this case, I have taken a storage class of EBS. Okay, it's provided the required parameter at the same time. Next, we will create the PVC. If it is better to use NFS, okay. It's just an example. EBS is not a very good example to take it out there for Kafka. Now create PVC storage class. Okay, so it created. Now we'll create our class. So what we have done is first we have created a storage class, then we have created a PVC to access the storage class, and now what we will do is we will create the Kafka. Okay, create now Kafka with and listener for service and consumer. Just read listener. Let's see. Then we'll extend. Okay. So for our example, it created whatever we require. It created the listener. It created the security protocol. It created the broker interface as well. So it is just a demo. So for that purpose, I believe this is good enough. But in real life situation, it will be more complicated. So where GitHub Copilot help us is you don't have to now we have to focus in specialized way of working rather than remembering everything, and GitHub Copilot will do the basic repetitive job, and we focus on the core requirement which we want to achieve out there. So with this I end my demo of part 2, and we'll go to the thank you for listening to part 2. Have a nice day ahead.